good, so that's and that's why the combat it is good mistake, Marino. So, and pasta, and that's why the combat sorry, and so good. Hi, and welcome again for another ASMR session meant to relax you, and this will be full of triggers. I will alternate soft-spoken with whispering as well, and the subject for today: Europe's microstates, smallest sovereign nations, the big quirks of them. And Europe is home to a handful of tiny microstates, countries that punch far above their weight in charm, history, and oddities, often overlooked on the map. These microstates are packed with unique laws, ancient traditions, from the world's oldest republic to a country that you can rent on Airbnb. Each has its own flavor of fascination. And we're gonna start first with Andorra. Andorra is in the Pyrenees mountain between France and Spain. It has only 468 square kilometers and 80,000 inhabitants. Well, the quirky facts about Andorra are the following. There are two princes which are ruling. Two princes rule. One is the president of France, and other is the bishop of Urgell in Spain. There is no airport. No airport, despite being a landlocked country. And mountainous, it has no airports, and only access is via roads from France and Spain. Another quirky fact is tax haven reputation. So tax haven. Well, it is known for duty-free shopping and no income tax. Well, that was from until 2015. And another quirky fact is long life. Andorrans have one of the highest life expectation in the world. Wow, now finished with Andorra. So let's move to the next one. Another microstate between Austria and Switzerland is Liechtenstein. It has a population of 39,000 inhabitants and only 160 square kilometers. Good. Well, these were the stats. Now, let's move to the quirky ones. Doubly landlocked. What means it is one of the only two countries in the world, along with Uzbekistan, completely surrounded by other landlocked countries. Well, Liechtenstein has no army. Well, this is since 1868. Why this is related to an incident? Because in 1868, the Liechtenstein army, by mistake, invaded Switzerland during a military exercise. And since then, they decided to renounce to their own army to avoid such accidents in the future. So there is no army in Liechtenstein since 1868. And the country is defended by Switzerland. You can rent Liechtenstein. You can rent it. You can rent it. Once listed for a rent on Airbnb for $70,000 for one night. So if you're wealthy or rich and you have enough money, you can boast yourself to your friends by renting for $70,000 a night the entire Liechtenstein. More companies. Then citizens. Financial services are a huge part of economy and are the base of its flourishment and profitability, making Liechtenstein one of the most prolific countries in Europe. Sorry that someone goes like this. Good. So, Sumatesco and so on might talk about that. Next, Monaco. Wow. Monaco. It has an area of only 2.1 square kilometers. 2.1 square kilometers and 39,000 inhabitants, making it the second smallest state in the world after Vatican. So, world's second smallest state. Only Vatican is smaller, but we're gonna talk about Vatican later. There is no income tax. No income tax. It has no personal income tax, attracting the wealthy mostly. More police per capita than anywhere else. So, more police. Safety is a top priority in Monaco, and one of the most renowned events in Monaco is the Formula One Grand Prix. Grand Prix. The Monaco Grand Prix is one of the most prestigious races and is well renowned worldwide, making it the small Principate one of its emblems. Formula One Grand Prix. Sorry, that's what Next, another landlocked country, San Marino. It is completely surrounded by Italy. It has 34,000 inhabitants and 61 square kilometers in size. It is the oldest republic in the world. Oldest republic. It was founded in 301 AD. It claims to be the world's oldest surviving republic. It has two-head state. Two-head state. Known as Captain's Regent, elected every 6 months. Enclaved by Italy, like I said, but fiercely independent and not part of the EU. Not part of European Union. San Marino owns more cars than people. Owns more cars than people. San Marino has one of the highest rate of car-to-person ratios in the world. Good. So good. And now let's talk about the smallest state in the world, Vatican, which is an area of 0.49 square kilometers and a population of 800 people. Well, it is the Papal State, Vatican, which is in Rome. It's surrounded by Rome. It is in Rome, and it is de facto a republic. So, it is smallest country in the world by area and populations. It has its own currency, own euro coins. Has its own euro coins. Even though it's not in the United Europe. Pope has absolute power. Pope has absolute power. The only absolute monarchy in Europe. And has the world's shortest railway. World's shortest railway. Only 300 meters long. So, now let's talk about Malta, which is considered another microstate in Europe. Malta, it's surrounded by water. It's an island in Mediterranean between Sicily and Tunisia. It has an area of 360 square kilometers and a population of 520,000 people. Is in United Europe, and it's the smallest EU country. Member of the European Union in population and area. We cannot take in effect Vatican and San Marino, which are smaller than Malta, because these are non-EU sovereign states. In Malta, 3 UNESCO World Heritage, including some of the world's oldest freestanding structure, older than pyramids. Another quirky fact is a movie location hotspot. films like Gladiator and Game of Thrones were shot here. This small and cliffy, stony island, rocky island, has no rivers. No rivers. So no internal rivers. Malta has no permanent rivers or lakes, despite being an island nation. Malta. Sorry, that's right. And the last one, well, not the least. It's not considered a microstate, but it's worth mentioning because it's one of the smallest country in Europe by size. Is Luxembourg, which in terms of area is much larger than any other in this list. It has 2,586 square kilometers and a population of 660,000 inhabitants. The capital is Luxembourg City. Well, in terms of GDP, Luxembourg has the highest in Europe, making it the most wealthy state in Europe. There are 3 official languages, so 3 official languages. Luxembourg, French and German, and they were officially used in government institution and daily life. There is free public transportations. Since 2020, all buses, trains and trams are free for everyone nationwide. It's tiny but royal. Tiny but royal. Well, Luxembourg is not a republic, it's a grand duchy. The only remaining one in the world with grand dukes as a head of a state. Well, whether rested in the Alps or perched in the Mediterranean, these microstates and mini nations prove the size isn't everything. To be prolific, to be wealthy, each one preserves distinctive identity, often with centuries-old traditions like San Marino, for example, and Vatican, unconventional governance and eye-catching trivia. They are not geographic curiosities or historical entities. They are living reminders that Europe's, even the tiniest countries, have stories worth telling. Thank you very much for watching, and until next time, I wish you all the best.